Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday. We're still waiting on that election. Now, as I wait for my coffee to brew, which maybe it isn't going to brew, let me start again. I wanted to go into a little bit of things about what's going on with this election. Now, my friend and I, over the last couple of elections, have texted back and forth over the election and results of the election and all this. So on, I don't know the news site, but on the news site that I'm following, there is a map, and it shows the electoral votes. And it shows how many votes go for every state. If you look at the way it is, the little blue dots are sitting there and the red dots are sitting there. And I'm not trying to be derogatory to the person, I'm just saying it because I'm saying it, it's something I picked up. But old Sleepy will get 248 votes total. That's where that ends. If Trump T carries his states, it's 260. Meaning that both of them would have to wait on Pennsylvania to be their state. So isn't it kind of funny that all the states that were needed, it ended up that it came down to the snafu state after all? Because it didn't have to. It very well could have been a different way, and somebody, one or the other, would have just taken it. So I'm sitting there watching my little election map. I used to be way into politics, then I got out of it. And I'm going to say on here right now, I have no sway on either one of these guys. I think one's kind of a jerk, and the other guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And if said jerk could not be so jerky, he probably would be more well appreciated, but because he shoots from the hip and says things and calls guys Sleepy Joe and this and that and everything else, it tends to not make him look good. But on the other coin, I don't care if Larry the Lounge Lizard is the Republican. When you sit there and watch this map, start getting these big old reds, and they sit there red, they never move. And then they go, well, we're going to have to count these votes tomorrow. You're sitting there going, really? So throughout the night, a couple states popped. But so far, they've kept you-know-who behind the whole time. Because the deal is that they know that there will be riots and this and that. And the only thing they can do right now to stave that off is to not show them with any lead ever. No. And then I was watching TV. I finally gave up on TV because two different networks were so far behind. It was like, wait a minute. These guys are live? And they're like, hours behind the internet. You know what that's for? That's for people that don't really have the internet, someone like my mother, or, to sit there and watch TV and believe these bogus number stories and, it's 100 or something. Well, I guess whatever, I'll go to bed. In reality, it's a little higher. There actually was a point where Trump could have actually won. But now it's coming down to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is going to be that state that decides the whole thing. Biblically, if you get into stuff, to make sense, then Trump would win. But now here's another thing that I like to go into for you guys. If you like the coronavirus and everything that's going on with it, and you want to continue a little bit more of that, then maybe you go ahead and vote for the other guy. I still believe that it's iron oxide from a passing planet. That's what I believe. But you're not going to get anyone to believe that. But anyway, so this election looks like, as that person said, that they're trying to make it to a point where he can't win. A lot of people I know wouldn't even bother him that way. I want a fair election. That's what it's built on. Fair. Oh, but he was conspired last time, so it's not. No. We play an even game here. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here. This coffee isn't too good, my friends. And I wanted to come on here and tell you guys a little update at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. as to where the votes are standing. Right now, if these guys take these states and it's legitimate, where they sit right now is 248 Sleepy, 260 Trumpy. I went in and I went on the map and I got all the numbers and I went and added them. Which means that 248, you know what that means? Biden can't win. Because they need 270 to win. Biden has 248 votes. With Pennsylvania, that gives him 268 votes. It's not 270. Trump already has 260. How can you declare a guy a winner if he needs to have 270? Just saying. So, my friends, that's just a little wake up for you guys. And now I'm going to get ready to get myself ready to go to work today. Not so much that I want to do so. And maybe later on during the day, we'll find out who actually won this fiasco. Right now, it's up in the air. No one knows. Because I'm telling you. And then, here's another thing. As I said, I am very middle of the road. I might be registered one, but I have voted for others. How anyone could vote for this person who has her eyes on vice president somehow re-elects her, I don't know. Now, I used to like George Bush. Did George Bush drink? Yes, he did. And I knew he did. I thought he was kind of funny, so it was a little bit different. This person comes on TV, obviously there's a little bit too much wine, and talks about her thing. This person has been a thorn in the side of all these people forever, and they voted her back in. I can't believe it. Career politicians, here we go. So, she's back in. You got to know why that is. Because the whole thing is, with Sleepy, they want to get rid of Sleepy eventually. And then Kamala will be president and she'll be the VP. And she wants that VP seat, as you can smell it, to lead everybody around and be really the background president. You know what I'm saying? I see that. I look right through it. Because I don't just go, oh, yeah, no. I like to investigate stuff and get into it. So there's that. Then, again, as I said, if you stop and think about it, what what's his name did say, which was true, which I won't say what he said, but he wanted to end a certain type of, what do you call them? A group. He wanted an administration. He wanted to stop a certain administration, therefore he ran. He said, and I believe the same thing, no one thought he would win, and he did. I don't know if there was really any collusion. I think people just really didn't like the status quo and voted for him. Well, now that status quo doesn't want him. So they got to figure a way to get rid of him. So they're sitting on the fence and they're not doing anything and they're just letting things go and la la la. And now here we are at 5 a.m. in the morning and the same ass states that are red are still red. And the only two left blue states to take him sit there. Pretty funny how California, now it's a liberal state, And most of the times the votes do go that way. But California, Washington, and Oregon popped up on the map, but pinko. A friend of mine said, watch, in this amount of time, those 3 states will be all blue. And they were. Pretty interesting. So anyway, my friends, I'm going to go in there and turn off my thing if you hear me say it, because I got to turn off my alarm. I'm going to say the special name to turn it off, because it looks like my alarm went off. Alexa, cancel. There, my alarm's off. Anyway, my friends, I hope you guys have a really good day. No matter who you voted for, no matter what you think, you really should go for fair, not for rip-off. And I'm trying to tell you that it really looks like a certain person is they're really trying to rip him off. And I have no, I don't care, really. But it's not right to a person to have somebody rip him off because he's Orange Man bad. You know what I mean? That's baloney. And I'm watching this go down. And the thing is, though, all the people that don't want him they're not going to care that it was all fucked over. No, because they got rid of Trumpy. Orange Man bad. Yes. Anyway, as it stands, if those votes count for those people, as they said, it's 260 Trumpy, 248 Biden. And it won't matter because the next state's the one that wins it, but I thought it was 270. So I'm going to have to check it out and see what happens to a person if they don't get 270, because Joe Biden would only get 268. He'd still beat him by 8, but he wouldn't really get the 270. So what happens then? Anyway, my friends, peace. I'll be seeing you. You have a really good morning, and watch that voting map because it's kind of interesting. Frozen sat there all night long. And gee, on what states? Peace.